It's a timeless production. They forgetting who we are.
Yeah.
I think this microphone is just gonna have to chill in between us.
Hopefully, yeah. Sorry, my food. I got bare food in my one, innit? So it's a bit crazy.
Lovely. Oh. Alright. What are you saying, Mr. Nomadic?
I'm blessed, bro. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. We just came back from Nomadic. Took me to the mosque for the first time. A very beautiful experience. Amazing to be a part of that community and prayer and like I was gifted a Quran, which was amazing. I'm gonna cherish that. And they took us to Portobello Market. You know, this is actually my first proper time in West London. Like, I've been here a couple of times, but not just. I've always been here for something that I haven't really seen it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm walking around, get the little vibe. So yeah, man, this is dope. Got some Indian food. What'd you get?
I got Asian fusion. That's how I like to call it. It's like Chinese mixed with some Korean, mixed with some Japanese. Asian fusion. East Asian fusion. Bang bang. But it's good. I'm glad you enjoyed your time today, and I'm glad you even asked me that when you said you want to understand more about Islam and what that means. And yeah, man, and like I said to you, bro, you're always welcome in the house of God. So
thank you, man.
Everybody's on their own spiritual journey. Whichever way you see like the next step in your path is, take that step. Whether that means like discovery, whether that means questions, whether that means like stuff like today as well.
Have you always, did you grow up in Islam?
Yeah, I was born into Islam, but at some point you have to question everything. Why you believe what you believe. And that happened to me at a young age. I questioned why are we born, why do we die? Like all those big questions when you understand what life is, you start asking like, oh, I'm here for X amount of time and X equals unknown, so I don't know when I'm gonna go. So it's like, yeah. And then I just started reading different books, like different scriptures, different philosophies, different theologies. And with questions, you might not always get answers, you might get more questions. But I think that was good enough for me, getting more questions that led me down a path to really even sit with the responses. Sit with them in a point where I see how that applies to my life, my personal value system, my personal belief system. Because even the people who say they don't believe in anything, believe in something. So Professor Rep or Righteous or Cameron. Go to me. What has sparked your journey into being the founder of Timeless Productions?
So, like, obviously, I started doing music. Been doing that for a while, but I realised that the game has changed, man. Like, to be a musician, you kind of have to be a content creator now. So obviously with that, I started making my own content, started shooting my own videos, and really I just fell in love with the camera, man. Like making a movie, like I want to make stuff look cinematic, and I think we're at a place now, where it's like, even to get a shot like this, 20 years ago, this would have cost like racks and racks. You had to get bands on bands and a whole production crew, and now like, I got it all in my bag, and you can shoot a film. Like, and I think that is amazing to be able to have, and I want to help people create timeless art, man. Create timeless media that isn't just for now, that is it's gonna stand the test of time. And in 20 years, people are gonna be like, that was a cool piece of art. Do you know what I mean?
So is that what like motivates you to create art that outlasts you?
100%.
What would be a piece of work that you've created that represents that for you now?
Everything, man. Like, everything I do is a reflection of me at the time it was created. And I think something being timeless, also, it isn't necessarily like, it is a reflection of the time. Because it's a documentation of where I was at in a certain place and time. So every song you listen to, it's like, that is unique to what I was going through, the things that was on my mind, the place I was at in life, and I've just put it in a song. And I think that documentation of that time period is me saying that this is this is timeless because I look back on stuff I wrote when I was 17 and I was like, oh damn, like that was me when I was 17. Like, I wouldn't have said that now, but it's still just as valid and it's still just as timeless. So I think, yeah, man, everything I make, my idea of it is for it to outlast me. Like I used to have this big fear of like dying, and now less so because I always say like I got a song that I wrote the other day and I was like, these are words right from I said a prayer and I heard the divine. These are words right from the sender. These are sermons and lines. So what is it? If you kill me, you have to murder me twice. Look at that dog, wow. Yeah, my whole thing is that like my lyrics, my music, my art means that I can never really die. Like forever, even if it's just as 100 people that listen to my music, it's documented, and now a piece of me is out there forever. And that's what keeps me motivated, man.
I understand that. I understand, like, one, it helps you conquer the part of you that knows that sometime you're going to go, but you've left something behind. And two, it's a representation of how you choose to communicate your message. It's like the value that you place on what your message is, or the meaning of your words, or the weight of your words, or how people internalize it. Would you say then, as a part of your like artistic journey, you being the founder of Timeless Productions is just another way to communicate your art? What's in store for Timeless?
Oh boy, a lot. And the end goal, really, what the end goal is to, I want to work with a select amount of artists and just help them build them. Like, the goal would be to have a roster of like 4 to 5 artists, and we just help them develop, like help them make all their music, A&R them basically, make all the video, make all the media, help put on shows, like everything to do with the production of an artist, whether that's event production, whether that's music production, video production, and yeah, help them be the best artists they can be. And I think as well, we live in a very predatory time in the music industry where like labels will take 20 or 50 or 80% of an artist and not really do anything. And I feel like I really don't want to do that. I want artists to be able to keep their freedom and just pay for my services and be able to create the art that they want. And yeah, man, I think now more than ever, you don't really need labels. You just need someone to help you put it together. And if I can help someone put it together and be able to eat myself, good, man.
It's a win-win.
Good. Well, let me flip it onto you. So what is like, it's the question I ask most artists when I talk to them, but what's the big goal? Like, what's the end big dream?
I think if I root my answer in what it is, it can kind of obscure what it might seem like. Because when you say big goal, there's like an end all be all, or the thing that I'm really working towards. My thing, going back to like my belief system, has been simple from early, man. We're born on this earth and we have X amount of time. X equals unknown. And when you can really internalize that, bro, it could be a year, it could be a month, it could be a week, it could be 10. So in essence, if you're working towards a big goal, you're working against a clock you don't know. You know? So with that in mind, I try to root myself in the day-to-day, in the simplicity of the now, because the now is all we have. So I'm like, yo, yes, I am working towards things, but at the same time, I'm trying to be as present in what I'm doing currently as possible. So helping in whatever shape, form, or way that looks like, helping myself, helping others, is a thing that pays off itself. So whether that be like the community work that I do, whether it be my artistic endeavors, whether it be my academic route, like I teach as well on the side. So it's like, how do all these different parts of self culminate into how I express myself? And if art is an expression of self, how do I then have goals in mind of how the expression takes place? So for instance, I'm working on an EP, the EP is pretty much done, then after that's another project, but at the end of the day I'm just releasing singles, or I might be working towards a book. I founded a platform as well called Poetically Perplexed over 2 years ago, where I showcase 19 poets from 7 different countries. And so it features like poets from Nigeria, India, Pakistan, the UK, America, all with a platform to publish their own work. And initially, that just started as a platform to me to showcase my work. But then after my experience and being present in the poetry scene, I saw there wasn't a lot of spaces for poets to publish their work. And in literature, for you to be a published poet is another step in the space.
Yeah.
So I was like, cool, I pivoted from it being a platform to showcase my work to being an avenue to access other creatives that you might not have had the space to. So that's just an example of how one goal I had in mind shifted and changed as mold based on the adaptation of being in the present.
Damn.
So when you ask me what's my big goal, I might have given you a long answer this way. This is why I said it might be obscure. My goal as an artist or as a creative is to be present in the art that I'm doing. And what that means to like live it. So when I create art, whether it be songs, poems, whether it be cinematic experiences I like to call them, it's all about what you make people feel. Maya Angelou said it best, people don't care what you say, they don't care what you do, they care about how you make them feel. And that feeling transmutes into a moment, and that moment lives past a lot of things. So when you talk about something being timeless, you can go back in your memory to specific moments and you can either remember a scent, you can remember an energy, you can remember a feeling, you can remember a time very vividly based on that moment, because that moment was a culmination of all these other different parts. And so me as an artist, as a creative, I try to build on those moments, and the moments are now. So like for instance, sitting down with you or having the day that we're having, because we can come then be inspired from this conversation to create a Renaissance masterpiece. You know? So I like, a great poet told me once, there's a poem in everything. And when I heard that kind of shifted my perspective. Like, yes, you can be inspired by your day-to-day, but if there's a poem in everything, then there's art in everything. So what that means is you can draw on life as life replicates art. Bish, bash, bosh.
That's one of my sayings, man. Always say, the art inspires life, and the life inspires the art. Right? If I'm going through something's happening in my life, I know for a fact that's going to pop up in my music, and like vice versa. Sometimes I've written songs about stuff that hasn't necessarily been true when I'm writing it, but has come true after I released the song. And I'm like, rah, that's deep. Like, you're saying these lyrics over and over again. Eventually, like, something's gonna come from it. I think that's why it's deep as well. Like, when I see these kids listening to like certain types of music, that is like all they listen to is just killing this person and shanking this person and doing this, and it's like that's all you're reciting in your subconscious every day. You wake up in the morning and that's all you're doing. Like, it's gonna get to a time where it's like you're so predisposed to that message that it's like it's gonna seep into your, even if you never shank someone or go and join a gang, but it's like you're predisposing yourself to a certain energy. Do you know what I mean?
It's conditioning.
Yeah.
Like, think of it like you are what you eat, but what you eat is more than just food. You are what you consume. So you consume music, you consume visual media, and all these different products or pieces of information or stimulus all around you that you're actually consuming is programming you on different levels, conscious, subconscious, and non-conscious. But the non-conscious one just takes a little bit more time. That's like the deepest part of self. Those are like those core memories that shape your outer being. But going back to the point that you made, it's literally programming the subconscious wiring. The thing is, you see your brain has neural pathways in it, like the synapses which connect. And over time, you build new ones, and there's new synapses forming connections. And this is a lot to do with like how the subconscious and the conscious brain work, like the transfer of memory from short term to long term. So imagine now what you are, what you eat. So you're consuming loads of different information over X amount of time. You're literally forming new neural pathways and new connections based on all the stuff that you're consuming. So as well as that predisposition, you're genetically hard coding yourself, bro, to think in a certain way, to see things in a certain way. Facts. It's a mezzanine. No worries, no worries.
That's selfie.
That's a video. Yeah. You're part of the cinematic experience. Enjoy it. Take care.
That selfie, that is so sweet.
Yeah, always respect your elders, you know.
Always. What's the time?
2:52.
Okay. Do you have some real work to do? Yeah, this was just the Munch. I don't know what, we're going to start this as a series though. I'm going to try and get...
Munch with the Mandem.
Munch with the man. Oh, that's cool, I like that. I kind of like that.
Riding 101.
But yeah, I'm going to bring people, I think, just have a lot of cool conversations with people. And I'm starting to, like, I don't take it for granted, but sometimes I forget how cool the people that I interact with on a day-to-day basis. And some of the conversations I have are just like, whoa, like, deep, and like can be life-changing. And I think until you document that and like put it out for other, like there might be some random kid in like Bangladesh somewhere, like that is just like on the internet trying to find inspiration, and it's like this might be there might be a little nugget that just helps him like start something or you know, do something. I think that's why the internet's so important. The conversations like this is so important. So yeah, man, I'm gonna try and document stuff like this.
Come on,
but yeah, love, man, love.
That's how you should end it as well. Every time with a dap.
Dap up.
Cold
love. Timeless production.
Timeless production.
Timeless production.
You can call it Munch with the Mandem, but that could be a double entendre because niggas are gonna be like, niggas are Munch.